Hi, Lana is here. Welcome back to Star Soaps. Are you ready for another furniture flip over? We are doing today a console table. We're using Dixie Belle mineral paint in French linen, and what I learned today too, that I can do the distressing of the furniture without actually sanding. I can just dry brush it with different color, closer to wood color or whatever your choice, and it just gives you amazing results. So I used chocolate for my distressing. Also, I learned sometimes you have to change your plans and go with different plans, because whatever you thought is gonna work, you're just screwing up, but you have to figure out something else. I'm giving a new look to this console table, and as always, we're gonna start from removing all the hardware. And the most important thing is we're gonna wash our piece. We're gonna wash to degrees and remove all the dirt and oils and residues from the furniture. So to ensure our paint has no problem to just stick to it. I'm using TSP substitute, and as always, all description and the product that I use today is going to be at the down below in description box. And after using TSP, you definitely need to go ahead and wipe off with the clear water after this to remove all the residues. And as you see, it's a little bit falling apart, but no problem. With a little bit of wood glue, it's going to look like a brand new again. Usually, when you're applying the glue, you want to secure your piece or clamp it down to make sure that grabs and holds to the exact place that you want it. But I didn't have anything to secure with, and I didn't know what to do. So I was just crossing my fingers, and I lined up to whatever was the lines. It was previously lined. I could see where it was glued before. So I just line up to those lines and I hope for the best. But if you know some idea how to secure them or some tool to use it, how to clamp them on for better adhesion, please let me know in the comments below. And so now, while the glue is drying, we are preparing the rest of the body. I'm gonna just take 120 sandpaper and scuff it a little bit so paint or primers has a little bit better grip, because it's a little bit it's a Bombay company console table. I'm not sure if it's actual wood or not, but it has a very kind of glossy and shiny surface, so I needed prepare for better paint adhering. And after I sand it, I'm removing the dust with a lightly damp cloth. Using primer will help even further to help my paint to stick to the surface. And to speed up the process, I am rolling everything on any surface, any side that I could, just to help me to not to waste time and move faster. And of course, some areas where the roller couldn't reach, I'm definitely going back with my brush and just making sure I have a primer everywhere. The primer that I use today, it's a water-based product, so just to clean up, it's so easy, just a soap and a warm water. So I'm definitely can reuse the brush and definitely can reuse my roller without too much of spending time for cleaning. After primer is dry, it's time to pull out some paint and paint the body. So the main color I chose to be French linen. It was supposed to be all over, but you will see what happened. Spraying a little bit of water on my brush and a little bit on my surface, it will help me to spread my paint a little bit further along. When it comes to drawers, it's really up to you how to paint them, in or out. Sometimes I do in, sometimes I do out. It all depends how much work is. If I'm doing anything blending, then I'm definitely gonna put my drawers back in the furniture. If it's all the same color, sometimes I just paint them on the side and it's easy. I did apply 2 coats of French linen and let it completely dry before I moved on to my next step, which is gonna be distressing. For distressing, I'm using colored chocolate. So what I do, I just pick up a little bit on my brush and I'm offloading on my napkin. And then just lightly with the light hand, I just brushing on the edges where I wanted the color to appear. I probably could have achieved the same results but just sanding the areas where I wanted the raw wood to appear. But remember, I used the primer, so I didn't want to, by sanding, to open up the layers where would be a white primer showing off. So was my choice, and honestly, accidentally, I came up with that. I thought it just gonna be something different in my mind, but when I start brushing off with the almost dry brush, it's appeared like I was sanding off the paint by just adding more and more layers. And you can go as heavy as you want or as very light as you would like to. Okay, right here I should have stopped, but I was keep going and going and trying to experiment, and oops, I screwed up. I was like, oh my god, it's too much, what can I do? And I just decided, you know what, chocolate on the top is gonna look the best, and I just painted the rest of the top with that. Yeah, right here, I was just brave and I start playing and playing with a little bit more and more color. And I realized it's not going the direction I wanted to go. And quickly, I just made a decision and I said, you know what? Brown it is, chocolate on the top it is. And actually, it was a very nice combination. So French linen on the bottom with some chocolate distressing and chocolate on top. Don't you hate when your brush just suddenly losing hair? Ooh, it tickles me. Wrong way. On the other note, if you haven't chance yet to subscribe to my channel, it's a perfect time to do now. And don't forget to push that bell so it reminds you when a new video coming on. I also decided not to completely cover the edges. It also gave that unique texture roughed look. After the paint was dry, I took 220 grit sandpaper and lightly sanded off any bumps or roughness on the top before I applied the top coat. Also, I use a tack cloth to remove all dust. Never shake your polyacrylic. Always stir it with a spatula or with a spoon like I'm doing right now to avoid any bubbles. Using a brush or foam sponge, you can apply your top coat. I did ended up applying 3 coats on the top of the console table and about 2 coats for the rest of the body. And now it's time for hardware. So to prepare it, I took very hot water and a little bit with dish soap. I used the Dawn dish soap, and I used old toothbrush, and so I let it soak it first a little bit, and then I use the toothbrush and I scrub it off to remove all the oils and dirt and any kind of residue, to make sure it's so clean that anything that I put on, any spray, any paint I paint over, it wouldn't stick to that. So what I use this to spray it. Oh. Can it focus? Yeah, I use this little bottle. And now it's the time to put everything together and reveal the new look. I hope you like it. Don't forget to check the description box below for all the products that I used today. Thank you for stopping by and spending some time with me. I appreciate it. Don't forget to subscribe, leave me some comment, give me a thumbs up, and until the next time, bye!